Welcome back where we previously left off on the last episode. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to put it in a card. But now Jacques is in the UFC and we're going to be fighting to become a champion. But first, in our UFC debut, we're going to demolish this guy. He won't stand a chance against Jacques.
Head kick blocked by Breeze.
Jacques just kept on landing major head kicks to him, and he got him on the ground and started ground pounding him.
Look at the whip action that comes from him throwing that kick.
These kicks just kept on landing for Jacques, and he was slowly bringing down the head health for the opponent. He just kept on ground pounding him. He didn't know what to do. Jacques was just everywhere. He kept on hitting him where it really hurts.
He's hurt bad, John. He's got to press him. He's got to go chase that finish down now. Back to the feet. Shot there, DC. I'm not sure how he stayed upright. I mean, when you've been hit.
Jacques managed to cut up his face badly, but he was saved by the bell. Jacques got off to a fiery start. He knew his opponent was going to last any longer.
If you're the opponent, you've got to intelligently defend. The game posture and the intensity at which he's throwing these ground strikes is starting to improve. It's starting to elevate. Well, we talked about his reach advantage off the top. Made good use of it there with that. And there comes the stoppage.
Jacques wanted to make a good impression, so he gave himself a 3-week training camp where he sparred, invited fighters, and of course did some social media antics. But now we were ready to fight Diaz. Diaz didn't give us a fist bump, so we took that personally, and we made it our mission to send this guy to a grave.
Alright, here we go. Early round. Oh, big diving punch is good. Now he's on top of him looking for the finish. Continue. Whoa!
These kicks were damaging Diaz's face badly. He wasn't gonna last any longer.
He's throwing every part of himself. It's getting big leg kicks. Oh, and he lands
Jacques just kept on hitting him in the leg. It was hurting him badly.
Leapt up and landed the diving punch to the head. Mixes it up nicely in terms of staying heavy and also staying active. Oh, nice job using his strength there to posture up. We'll see what he can do. He's going to start looking to land big shots from the top. Big punch lands through the middle. How about that shin?
Diaz got sent to a grave. The whole earth shattered with that kick from Jacques. But now we were ready for our next opponent. We were offered Ben Askren as an opponent. You know this guy. Jacques hoped to get that same finish as Jake Paul did. Let's see if he did.
So here he is, ready for round one. This man is all the rage, given what he did.
Already from the start, Jacques was landing major hooks and jabs to Ben Askren. Ben's specialty was just taking Jacques down and trying to choke him out, but Jacques was able to stay alive.
I love throwing the jab, but you realize that as MMA evolves, guys will start. Oh, and he finally gets the takedown now.
For the rest of the round, Jacques and Ben just stayed on the floor. It was just them cuddling for the rest of the round until round 2.
Really using his reach advantage punch, DC.
And landed a major hook on Jacques. It shook him up for a bit. But then Jacques came back with a kick to the head.
After you take a head kick like this, that is such toughness to even be on his feet right now.
Well, it looks like he's trying to set up the takedown.
Jacques tried to keep his distance so he wouldn't be taken down, and it worked in his favor. He landed a major kick to Ben's head. He got him down, but wasn't able to get the finish. But still, it left Ben shook up.
Picked up the pace in round 2. Encouraging as he gets right back up again.
They both got close to each other, and they were landing major hits to each other. Who was gonna win in this brawl?
And just like that,
Finally, we were able to fight our way into the top 15. Jacques did some training, but he was getting too powerful for the coaches.
coming up next, a UFC Welterweight Division matchup.
This was Jacques' only opportunity to get into the top 15, so he had to win.
All of them by each knockout more impressive.
Jacques already from the beginning was getting really aggressive and landing major hits to Lee's head.
Big elbow there lands.
Jacques knocked Lee down. He began doing some ground pounding to the guy's head, but he wasn't able to get the finish.
Scrambles on the ground.
High-level grappling can really be entertaining. Running fantastic strike.
Jacques kept on hitting Lee's head, and he was able to get the finish. Our next fight was against Roberto Salazar. Instead of training, Jacques decided to post some stuff on Twitter.
Coming up next, a UFC Welterweight Division matchup.
This was Jacques' first fight in the top 15, so he wanted to make a really good impression.
A knockout streak that rivals some of the best in UFC history. He has won the majority.
Jacques' kicks were getting so powerful to the point now that he was knocking people down in the first couple seconds of a fight.
Now the feet are on the hips these days, so for the top fighter, this is not at all ideal.
Jacques was using the ground and pound, but he wasn't able to get the finish and he was pushed away.
How do you do that? You attack the feet. You start grabbing the feet with the hands, lead with your hips, grab the feet with the hands, pass the feet to the side, and start to lead with your knees to try to get inside.
They were both trading jabs, but Jacques traded a major hit to the head and he was able to finish him off with the ground and pound, his specialty.
He mercifully stopped the fight.
Our next fight was against Robbie Lawler, which will boost us way higher than the other fight did in the ranks. Jacques invited some fighters to train, and he did more training with his coach.
Coming up next, a UFC Welterweight Division matchup.
This fight was going to be intense. It was predicted to end in a decision.
Time on the main.
Jacques' kick left the guy praying on the floor for forgiveness.
Says a first
Our next fight was against Vincente Luke. Jacques was doing more training with his coaches, but he was knocking them out so easily.
and coming up next, it's a UFC Welterweight Division matchup. All right, so here we go with round 1. This young contender has won his last 3 fights, and as many of you know, each knockout more impressive.
Jacques already started the round off with a fiery start, landing kicks, punches, and everything you could possibly imagine to Luke.
Dude's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him. That is, oh man, this dude.
Luke looked uncomfortable. He didn't know what he could do. He wasn't safe anywhere in the octagon.
Relinquish the dominant position.
Every part of himself into these big leg.
Foot gets
Luke's leg was getting absolutely destroyed by Jacques.
So well when he whips that
stuffs the takedown there. How good is his takedown defense?
Jacques just manages to hit Luke where it really hurt every single time he threw a kick or a punch.
And now he lands a combination.
What a punch.
Jacques managed to get a knockdown with a kick to the leg, and he began ground pounding Luke into the pavement. Jacques landed some major devastating hits before the round ended, just to show who was boss.
Round 2 is underway. Oh, that's a hell of a kick right there.
He needs to start looking to finish now because he's got his opponent hurt very bad. Now he's on top of him looking for the finish.
At the start of round 2, Jacques knew always Luke's weakness, and he used that to his advantage, getting him on the ground and sending this man to a grave.
Oh, he's hurt bad.
Our next fight was against Rafael dos Anjos. Jacques just went to the punching bag. His coaches didn't even want to see him after what he did to them.
Alright, so here he is, ready for round 1. This man is all the rage.
Jacques already got Rafael uncomfortable with one kick, and Rafael wasn't going to live any longer in that octagon. He did manage to stun Jacques, but Jacques quickly came to his senses and began putting on a masterclass of kicks and punches. Jacques was just giving damage all around the body. Jacques was landing good kicks and punches. It was making Rafael really uncomfortable to even go near Jacques. Jacques managed to stun Rafael, and it was already over for Rafael. Jacques just needed to land a major hit to him and he would be gone.
That shot landed perfectly, and now he's got his opponent hurt. Oh! He needs to start looking to finish. He's out! He got him!
Our next fight was against the most aesthetic man in the whole universe, Leon Edwards.
But there's one physique that's far more aesthetic, which is Leon Edwards. Edwards is 6 foot, very muscular, and has a narrow waist. And he can whoop out.
Although Jacques was intimidated, he couldn't give up. He was gonna try his best to become the most aesthetic man in the UFC. They were both thinking alike and they were getting good hits on each other. It was a fairly equal fight. But Jacques just kept on landing hooks and kicks, sending Leon Edwards to the pavement. Jacques found his bread and butter by this point, just giving major leg kicks, damaging the person's legs so they can fall to the ground. Leon Edwards was getting good hits to the head on Jacques, but Jacques was just better in every single category. Jacques sent Leon Edwards to the ground, but he was unable to finish him. He tried diving punches, but it was just not enough. In the first few seconds of round 2, Jacques already rocked Leon Edwards badly. He gave major hits to his head. He wasn't surviving. Good night. Our next fight was against Kamaru Usman. At this point, Jacques was just too powerful, so he just did promotions.
Coming up next, a UFC Welterweight welterweight division matchup.
If Jacques won this fight, he will be able to have a title shot against Tyron Woodley. So Jacques came out swinging. Kamaru Usman stood no chance against Jacques. Jacques was just too powerful. Jacques landed a major kick on Kamaru, and he was gonna send him to a grave. Now for a title shot against Tyron Woodley.
Alright, so here he is, the #1 welterweight contender, getting set to challenge for the UFC's 170-pound title. Took a long winning streak in many years for him to realize this opportunity. He is not taking it lightly. He has said all here during fight week he's appreciative of this opportunity, but he is confident he is going to maximize it and leave as not just a contender, but a UFC champion.
For UFC 300, Jacques was gonna fight for the title.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Herb Dean. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the sold-out T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, it's time!
Follow my instructions. We will have a clean fight. Touch gloves, let's make it official.
And the fight is now underway. Jacques now has no other opportunity. He's gonna fight to win this title. Tyron Woodley landed a major hit on Jacques. This wasn't gonna be an easy fight for either of them.
Oh, straight right. Well, perhaps a sign of things to come as he lands a kick there.
Jacques' game plan for this was to weaken Tyron Woodley's leg. Tyron Woodley was already feeling the pain and he was limping. He wasn't able to be as effective as he usually is. Although he was able to land hooks, he wasn't able to land any kicks whatsoever. With Tyron Woodley landing a big takedown on Jacques, he was ready to submit him. But Jacques, you had to escape this, and he was able to get out. Woodley landed another hook on Jacques, so Jacques was visibly shocked and shook up. Jacques knocked Tyron Woodley to the ground and started ground pounding, but it wasn't enough, and Tyron Woodley landed a rear naked choke on him, trying to submit him, but Jacques wasn't able to be submitted. At the start of round 2, Jacques landed a big kick on Tyron Woodley, putting him into the ground. Jacques was struggling with the ground and pound, so he decided to go back into a standing position. At least there he knew he might be able to get a knockout. He began damaging Tyron's leg badly, to the point where he was limping. You were audibly able to hear the cracking in Tyron Woodley's leg, and it gave out Jacques tried to ground the pound, but Tyron was able to defend it. Tyron Woodley was doing his own ground and pound, but Jacques was able to defend it as well. Tyron Woodley tried to submit him, but it was like the other 2 times. Jacques just escaped it. Jacques landed another kick on him and got him to the ground and started ground pounding. But Tyron Woodley was able to stop it. Jacques got up and kicked him while he was down. Jacques landed another kick. Tyron Woodley went down. Tyron Woodley did the takedown and Jacques fell. Tyron Woodley was hitting Jacques.
Side control here, DC. You know, he's got a lot of different submissions in his arsenal once this fight gets to the ground.
Jacques was able to get into full card and flip Tyron Woodley over, so he was able to get up. He did some ground pound and then he got up. Jacques kicked him again while he was on the ground. Jacques was able to land a kick and Tyron Woodley was out by TKO. Jacques had become the UFC champion of the welterweight division.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 25 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by TKO and new undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, Les Mamba.
All right, so there is a new world order at 100.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, just subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment for any feedback, and play UFC. It's a really fun game. UFC 5's out, or play the older ones. See you guys next time.